UFC 248 gave fight fans both the best and the worst of combat back-to-back. The best came from Zhang Weili and Joanna Jędrzejczyk's 5 rounds of skill, grit, and courage that ended with the Chinese champ taking a split decision. It was an instant classic. Both women threw everything they had almost constantly, trading high-level striking for 25 minutes straight, while Weili dragged herself out of exhaustion to close out strong. Jędrzejczyk fought through one of the most unbelievable facial edemas in sport history. They threw nearly 1,000 strikes between them, with the Polish challenger landing with more than 50% accuracy. Incredibly, for such a relentless battle, both fighters threw their most strikes in the final round. It was damn near unjudgeable. The main event between Israel Adesanya and Yoel Romero was nearly unjudgeable for the exact opposite reason. Both men stared at each other and feinted for extended stretches, with Adesanya eventually taking the decision through weight of leg kicks. It was tedious. The pair landed 6 total strikes in the first round and attempted just over 200 total over the 5. Referee Dan Mirgliata even had to encourage both men to fight at the start of round 3. Other highlights from the card included Rodolfo Vieira almost losing an eye before showcasing some first-rate jiu-jitsu, Sugar Sean O'Malley returning with a dominant first-round knockout, and Beneil Dariush going ham with Drakkar Klose. It was a good night. In the boxing, Canelo Alvarez has finally locked in an opponent for his traditional Cinco de Mayo weekend fight. It's just the first of several big fights recently announced that aren't in the heavyweight division. The multi-division champ has decided to unify belts at super middleweight, putting his regular WBA strap up for grabs against Billy Joe Saunders' WBO title. The fight will land on May 2nd. And undisputed lightweight champ Katie Taylor is putting her titles on the line against 38-1, 7-division champion Amanda Serrano. What might be the highest profile women's boxing match in history will co-feature along with the heavyweight WBC title eliminator between Dylan White and Alexander Povetkin. That card also takes place May 2nd in the UK, so it's a big weekend for big fights. White and Povetkin recently met with press to discuss their coming bout, with both fighters displaying a refreshing candor and respect. Of course, the recent changes in the heavyweight division were never far from anyone's mind.
You know, with me, I will go one fight at a time. I know all this stuff is floating around in the background, but Povetkin's a dangerous guy. You can never afford to overlook him. I'm not thinking about Tyson Fury, what's happening with him. I'm just thinking about Alexander Povetkin, you know, because he's dangerous and he's gonna want to come and fight and leave it all on the line. That's just in his DNA. It's one thing me and him is very similar in. When I look at him, I say we're very similar in that mindset of we'll come and we'll give it all, man.
Я очень рад находиться в Великобритании.
I'm very happy to be back in the UK because the people here are very good and very knowledgeable with regards to boxing. I'm looking forward to my fight with Dylan. He's a great and very strong opponent.
С хорошим, сильным ударом и с хорошей техникой.
With White on an 11-fight win streak since losing to Anthony Joshua in 2015, he was confident that his biggest potential enemy was his own self-control.
I'm in the deep end swimming, so for me to fight these kind of guys is massive learning opportunity for me. And listen, I believe I beat them all anyway. I just got to be in shape, you know. As long as I leave the kicks alone, I'm good.
And the convoluted path boxing has taken toward the Olympics has finally settled down, as the first round of qualifiers were held in Amman, Jordan. Boxers from all over the world have begun booking some of the 286 spots available at Tokyo 2020. The first tournament was originally scheduled to be held in Wuhan, China, but was moved to Jordan to avoid ground zero of the COVID-19 outbreak. There was action aplenty as world champions like Mirzizbek Mirzakhalilov put their skills on display to declare their Olympic credentials. Legendary Indian boxer Mary Kom won her way through to Tokyo, which will be her second Olympics at 37 years old. She won bronze at London 8 years ago. Kom won her quarterfinal to book her spot at Tokyo, but was outpointed by China's Chang Yuan in the semis. 4 more cities plan to host qualifiers over the coming months: Dakar, London, Buenos Aires, and Paris. Of course, the rapid spread of the new coronavirus is changing plans left, right, and center, possibly even affecting the Olympics themselves. If you love combat, wash your hands, people. UFC 248's Fight of the Night obviously went to the co-main event, which is front-runner for Fight of the Year right now. Beneil Dariush punching Drakkar Klose's mouthguard out, and Sean O'Malley styling all over Jose Quinones earned them an extra 50 grand. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.